All right. All right. Good afternoon, good evening, good night, good morning, Biafrans, lover for freedom. We welcome you all to our today's presentation from Biafra Television Europe. I remains Mazi Madam fearless IPOB evangelist. I am from Ndiabo. Ndiabo is in Aninri. Aninri is a local government in Ojiriva province, Biafra land. I am a homeland broadcaster under IPOB. Mazi Nnamdi is our leader, and he is still incarcerated in DSS solitary confinement. Illegally detained because appeal court have discharged and acquitted him, and Nigerian state is still holding him. Today is the 15th day of December 2024. As we are coming live to you from Biafra Television Europe, we welcome you all that are joining us, and we also ask you to inform others to join us, because this very Biafra freedom quest by IPOB is under self-determination, and we offend nobody. Rather, we can only offend our oppressors for standing on our feet and say no to what others have accepted. We do not come in violence, we come in a peaceful way, even as Nigerian state handed our case over to the army instead of handing a civil process to army over to the army since 2015. The Nigerian army have been championing the case of IPOB. What Nigeria does in their court is just to deceive the world. They do not believe in their own court, but they use the court to deceive the world. Every time you'll be hearing Nigeria versus Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, it is just to say that we are in court with them. People that arrested Mazi Nnamdi Kanu in 2015, IPOB came out in peaceful protest, and Nigerian state sent the army and they massacred IPOB family members several times. Before we go there, we have to read what we just got from the army. And this very article is on the wall of Mazi Chinasanworu. And we have to read it before we continue to our topic, because we have not even mentioned our today's topic. So we have to read, please. This is all about this is from the Nigerian army. From the Nigerian army, and this is what they have to say. Let us read. Why IPOB avoids claiming responsibility for violence in the Southeast. CDS Musa, Chief of Defense Staff Musa. The Chief of Defense Staff, General Christopher Musa, has shed light on why the indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB, often refrain from claiming responsibility for violence incidents in the Southeast. Speaking to journalists, Musa continued several strategic and political reasons behind this approach. One of the key factors he highlighted is IPOB attempts to avoid legal and political consequences that could arise from being directly associated with violence acts. Claiming responsibilities for such actions would subject the group to increase to increase scrutiny from both the Nigerian government and international stakeholders, intensifying the challenges it already faces. General Musa also pointed out that IPOB is keen on maintaining its public image as a peaceful movement advocating for the self-determination of Biafra under leadership of Nnamdi Kanu. IPOB has frequently promoted non-violence methods such as peaceful protest and civil disobedience, associ- associating with vi- associating with violence, he noted, would undermine this narrative and potentially alienated supporters at home and abroad. Many foreign governments, human rights organizations, and sympathizers support IPOB's cause on the condition that it remains peaceful. Any admission of violence could lead to a loss of this critical support, Musa remarked. The CDS further explained that not all violence acts attributed to IPOB are necessarily carried out by the group. He noted the presence of rogue elements and splinter factions that may act independently, sometimes using IPOB's name to legitimize their activities of or create confusion. According to him, the arrest of Nnamdi Kanu has exacerbated leadership fragmentation, making it harder for IPOB Central Command to maintain control over its members and supporters. Additionally, General Musa emphasized the role of external actors in manipulating narratives around violence in the Southeast. He accused some groups and individuals of exploiting the situation to discredit IPOB's cause. Excuse me. The government and security agencies have also used this ambiguity to portray IPOB as terrorist organization, further complicating the group's efforts to gain legitimacy, he added. Another reason for IPOB's reluctance to claim responsibility, Musa noted, is the seed to maintain strategic flexibility by denying involvement in violence act. The group leaves room for peaceful negotiations and diplomatic engagement, both domestically and internationally. In conclusion, General Musa described IPOB's approach as a calculated strategy aimed at preserving its image, avoiding legal repercussions, and keeping its movement open to political solutions. However, he argued the groups to denounce violence more explicitly to ensure lasting peace in the region. Musa said. Thank you. So that is what we have there. And let us go to our today's topic. The topic says, why is Mazi Nnamdi Kanu still in detention? We remember that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was kidnapped from Kenya or in Kenya and was brought back to Nigeria. And Nigeria let us to know on the 19th of June 2021 that he was kidnapped on 19th of June. Then on the 27th of June was the day Nigeria informed the world that they are with Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, the leader of IPOB in Abuja, who have no intention or any document directing or signifying that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is supposed to be in Nigeria. Then one thing there is that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, a British citizen, broadcast from Radio Biafra based in UK, licensed by the UK government. He was not arrested by the UK government. Nigeria did not write to the UK Secretary on States if Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was doing it wrong. The Kenyan government did not arrest Mazi Nnamdi Kanu because they said that there was no police station or any security agencies where the case of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu or his arrest was registered. That is to say that the Nigerian state kidnapped Mazi Nnamdi Kanu based on no law, no single, they do not rely on any law. Then they extraordinarily rendition Mazi Nnamdi Kanu after torturing him for 8 days from 19th to 27th of June 2021. And this very Nigeria, immediately they brought Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. What they firstly presented to the world is court. That Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will go to the court and defend himself. There was a president or somebody that represents Nigeria as a president. We remember when he met with the UK Prime Minister. He said, when they asked him, what did Mazi Nnamdi Kanu do? He said that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu said awful things against Nigerians, that he will go to the court and defend himself. And these people, this very Nigeria that is presenting court, when they present court, you will think as if they are serious. And the politician from the East, when this thing was going or when this thing was starting, they were telling IPOB that they are monitoring the case. They are monitoring the case. Their intention then was to hold IPOB down with this their statement by saying we are monitoring the case, because their mindset was that IPOB would go into violence. Maybe they have the plans of the government to try to provoke IPOB either through the judicial process or with their army or police as usual, or some other blackmailing or propaganda as they have started since the coming of IPOB. So what they expected that made these politicians, there are good ones there, but what I mean is what made the very politicians to say they are monitoring the case, their plan was that, or their aim was that IPOB cannot hold the heat, so they will go into violence. Then they will now use their word, this very word, as a blame. They will use it to blame IPOB and say the politicians are following the case. We are monitoring the case. Ohaneze is monitoring the case. Governors are monitoring the case. We are monitoring the case. Yes, they responded when IPOB called them to come and stand with Mazi Nnamdi Kanu in court. IPOB called for the leaders from the East, traditional rulers, send your delegates, elders, send your delegates, Ohaneze Ndibo, send your delegates, religious leaders, send your delegates, and they did so, which signifies that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and IPOB are in good terms with their people at home. And there are also other elders and religious leaders that went to Asorok also and demanded for the freedom of Nnamdi Kanu. These people came from the East. That is to say, it neutralizes every allegation from the government against IPOB saying that IPOB is forcing people into Biafra, saying that IPOB is insulting elders. IPOB is against elders. They don't respect. But elders indicated in court stood with Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, and since then have been calling for his freedom. Both House of Rep members and senators, and they have visited Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. So many voices have called and still calling for his release. Means that our people buy the ideology of IPOB and then Nnamdi Kanu. Then we continue. We know why we are lining it up like this. We just start from there coming. We'll still land to that to your expectation. Excuse me, let me sip some water. In case you are joining us today, or today is your first time, or you are just joining us now, this is Biafra Television Europe. We are coming live to you, and as you are with us, we also expect you to inform others in your own way. Make sure they are here with us. We are on different platforms, both on Twitter, on Facebook, YouTube, different areas, and you have to listen to us. Thank you. We continue. What I mean here is that Nigeria do not believe in their own court. The case of Nnamdi Kanu has naked them, and also some politicians from the east does not stand on their own words, because they never believe that people from this very side can sustain the heat of provocation, excessive force, extrajudicial killings of the Nigerian state against peaceful and armless people from the east. In the name of IPOB, they invaded our communities, they instigated in our communities, they have massacred our people, and even taking responsibility and say, even giving us number. The army gave us number of people that they have massacred in our communities and in our place, and they tagged them IPOB. But from the interview I watched and listened from the army chief, he said that these people are non-state actors and they are ordinary people. And if they don't bear arm, it is difficult for you to know them. But these people, upon this, they have invaded communities on their target to provoke IPOB to go against self-determination approach. Like we have just read from the Army CSO, Chief of Defense Staff, CDS, right? Then we continue. What we are saying here is that from 2015 till today, Nigeria do not believe in their own court on the case of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and IPOB. We maintain their court process because we need to have something at hand. We know that Nigeria believes in disobedience to court order. We know that Nigeria never see anybody from the east. We knew that Nigeria never value anybody from the east. We knew this, but we went to their court to prove them wrong in all their lies, and we have proved them wrong. Today, we are here upon the discharge and acquitted of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu by the Nigerian State Appeal Court in Abuja. Since October 13, 2022, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is still in detention. And Nigerian state is talking about court. The case went to Supreme Court, and Supreme Court ruled. They gave 4 pronouncements. Let me just say, the Supreme Court condemned the way Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was arrested. The Supreme Court condemned the revocation of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's bail. The Supreme Court condemned the invasion of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's house by the army. How many terrorism pointed out by the judgment of the Supreme Court? 2 terrorism carried out by the Nigerian state against Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. The kidnap of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu in Kenya was terrorism against Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Attack on Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's house by the Nigerian army 14th of September 2017 was also terrorism carried on against Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. And based on this, after the appeal court, what is it called? They say that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will continue to stand trial. Do you understand? To defend himself on the remaining 8 count charges that was thrashed out in the court of appeal, because it was 15 amended count charges. 7 was destroyed in the federal high court, seated by Bin Tanyako, and the 8th was taken to the appeal court, and the appeal court destroyed the 8th. And prohibited Mazi Nnamdi Kanu from standing any trial in any Nigerian court on this particular matter and discharged him and acquitted him. Then we continue. Now, the court said Nnamdi Kanu should continue to stand trial, right? But the court also condemned the approach he was arrested. The court also condemned the approach of the army in his house. The court also condemned the revocation of his bail. Three heavy points on the favor of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Nigeria only choose continue to stand your trial, while Nigeria have no legitimacy to try a man that they have committed terrorism against, and they want to try the man on terrorism. It is very, very wrong, and that is why IPOB maintains their stand on appeal court judgment, 13th of October 2022. We continue. Let us go back. So now, thank you. Make sure you connect others to join us. What is still keeping Mazi Nnamdi Kanu in detention? Is Mazi Nnamdi Kanu in detention to go for trial? No, we want to know. Or is the Nigerian army still on the attempt to implicate IPOB? We want to know. Nigeria have recruited people because they knew that IPOB can never go into violence. It is not today that we started okay, this is not the first time of being of arresting Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. They arrested him on the 14th. They arrested Mazi Nnamdi Kanu on the 12th night of October 2015. Then they held Mazi Nnamdi Kanu that 12th night, then 13th. Reaching on the 13th night, he was still in Lagos. Reaching on the 13th night, in the night, Radio Biafra announced that we did not see our leader, that our leader is in the hand of the Nigerian government. He was arrested. Reaching on the 14th of October 2015, Nigeria now officially announced that they are with leader of IPOB. But on that 13th night was when they moved our leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, from Lagos by 2 a.m. to Abuja. Reaching to Abuja on the 14th, they now announce it. IPOB embarked on civil disobedience. IPOB embarked on peaceful protest. Both home and abroad. What Nigeria did was to send army. They started killing IPOB members. Then the first killing of IPOB members on this very case that was on protest, our protest was even in a school, singing and praying. That's what we, not even to come out on the main road, just to stay there and pray. On the 9th of February, and before then, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu have been discharged by the Nigerian court, Federal High Court, sitting in Abuja, presided over by Honorable Ademola of the Federal High Court, Abuja, on the 17th of December 2015. For you to know that Nigeria never believed in their own court on this very case, or in this very case. They took the case of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to the court of Honorable Justice John Soho. John Soho also discharged Mazi Nnamdi Kanu unconditionally in March 2016. Nigeria disobeyed. Are you understanding? Nigeria still disobeyed. They took this case. We want to point out that in the case of, I don't know what Nnamdi Kanu is doing in detention. On the case of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, there is nothing that court, Nigeria don't believe in their court. They never believed. So let nobody be deceived in Nigerian court process. We follow them to make sure we prove them wrong. What Nigeria have to do is to obey their court order. They should not free Mazi Nnamdi Kanu based on amnesty or pardon. That is what we base on. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu must be freed on court merit. he is not a convict that he should be pardoned, not sentenced to death or have terms of jail or even a day jail. No. So we continue. They moved the case to the court of Honorable Justice John what is it called? Ahmed Mohammed. Ahmed Mohammed told the DSS to go and obey the previous court ruling. Excuse me. To go and obey the previous court rulings, and they went and refused to obey that very court order of the obey, that is allowing Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to go. And they continued. They went to the court of Bintanyako and they tried to go on secret trial against Mazi Nnamdi Kanu in the court of Bintanyako. And Mazi Nnamdi Kanu said no to secret trial. At the end, they granted Mazi Nnamdi Kanu high conditional bail, 12 high conditions, a man that several courts have discharged. Are you getting it? We want to point out, because we don't know why Mazi Nnamdi Kanu should be in detention and this year ends. We don't know. Because as we are pointing out these very judgments, you will know that this case started with the government of Buhari and the case ended with the government of Buhari. The first bail under the government of Buhari, the attack in his house under the government of Buhari. Then this second one, he was kidnapped from Kenya under the government of Buhari. The third and acquitted under the government of Buhari. Even the appeal court under the government of Buhari. Yes, appeal court, yes. Under the government of Buhari. Then what is the government of Tinubu doing with a case that have been severally discharged? What do they want to pick out from there? What do they want to pick out that they used to tell people about court? What is court doing in the case of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu that we have not gone through? What do somebody want to pick out in court on the case of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu when Nigeria have no legitimacy to try him for terrorism, having committed terrorism against Nnamdi Kanu 2 times? Is it because Nigeria is not an individual to be convicted? A state that committed terrorism against an individual, it is terrorism. Kidnapping him from Kenya, bringing him back to Nigeria, where he has no intention to be. The British sponsored the kidnapping of their citizen Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. There is no government that accepted to arrest Nnamdi Kanu because he committed no offense. So they kidnapped him. That is terrorism. It prohibits Nigeria from trying Nnamdi Kanu. That very offense prohibits Nigeria from trying Mazi Nnamdi Kanu on terrorism. They have no such ground. You cannot rob me and you try me for robbery. It is not necessary. You cannot rape my child and you betray me for raping and defilement. It is not necessary. You should be tried first. You should be tried so that I should be tried the way you were tried. You cannot commit terrorism against Nnamdi Kanu, killing 28 men in his compound, killing their cousin sister Adako, then went to Kenya and kidnapped him. And the process, your court to decide and acquitted him, and you are still talking about court. Court on what? Is it court in heaven? We want to know. And those that told us that they are following the case, we are here asking them, what did you see? Those politicians from the East, did you not hear the state and acquitted? Did you not see it? There is one thing with these very people. A people that will always go and condemn their people for demanding for razor blade. Politicians from the East. Not all of them, because politicians signed the bail of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Politicians are still calling for free Nnamdi Kanu. Do you understand? So there are evil ones. What we ask them is, why is it that if you before you go and get a razor blade for us to barb our hair, if you get to Abuja, you first of all call us armed robbers, call us criminal, condemn us. The same people you come to collect razor blade, you come to collect razor blade from federal government to go and give your children to barb their hair. And the only way for you to get razor blade is to condemn your children or the people you say they are your children. You call them evil. You condemn Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, condemn IPOB before the Northerners. And after condemning this, because you want to collect razor blade because you see yourself as 50 class citizen, how do you think they will give you the razor blade? Because the people you claim you want to go and give the razor blade, you have destroyed their image before them, and that is what they want. That is what they want. And that is the condition you put yourself. Because IPOB lighting the candle for you, you were there, busy, trying to off it. In 2017, you came with Python dance. Great opportunity IPOB created for you. You were shunning it down, shunning it down. You shut it down, shut it down, shut it down. Avenues we created for you to get international airports of your choice. Avenues we, not just like that, we were dying. They were killing us in protest. And the people that are killing us are still calling the politicians on phone, telling them to stop IPOB. The same people killing us is calling you, telling us you to stop us. They are still with our leader in detention. And you don't know it was an opportunity for you to get international airport in Owerri, get international airport in Iguacha. It was opportunity for you to get seaport in Calabar, to get seaport in Onitsha. Because when they tell you to tell IPOB to stop, you tell them, give them seaport. Let us open this Onitsha seaport. Let us see if they will stop. They will do that one. We cover that one. They will continue on protest. When they call you, they say they never stop. You say, okay, we have contacted them. They said they need international airport in Owerri. These are things we expected from these people. But if Fulani call them, they will say, we are going to stop them. They are our children. We know how to talk to them. We will control them. We will organize them. We will call them to order. They are our children. Just imagine. Those things you say they denied you, they were killing us. We were paying sacrifice for you to recover them. As I don't know what I'll call it. I will not use that word, but I don't know why you are wicked like that. What you did was to gather. Even as Mazi Nnamdi Kanu made some writings, just few points. Say, just go and demand for this. Not even, it is not up to our demand though. He just give you few. Say, go to Abuja, bring these things. What you ended up was Python dance and traditional rulers. Traditional rulers. After the Umuahia verdict, January 19, 2022, on the present case of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, which ruled that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu did not jump bail. He escaped military assassination attempt. And the court also ruled that Nigerian government should apologize to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and at least three front pages of newspaper, and also that they should pay Mazi Nnamdi Kanu compensation for invading his house. It was the best opportunity for the traditional rulers to pick it up and said and question Nigerian army for invading a palace in Igbo land and shedding blood of Igbo youth in the palace of late Israel Ukwu Kanu. The traditional ruler failed. Even as I reminded them, I gave them a broadcast on my personal platform. These people ignored this. It was their best position to say, oh, based on the court ruling, we are suing Nigerian army. You are not suing them on defense of Nnamdi Kanu, but in defense of the palace in Igbo land that was defiled by the people who cannot allow you to defy their emir or their sultan palace. Not even imam, not even what is it called, Saniki. But they came to a palace of late Israel Ukwu Kanu, which on the process they were traumatized and later died. The husband and wife, right? Through this very attack. Until today, no traditional ruler have said, condemn the invasion of a palace. We do not ask you to connect Biafra to it. We do not ask you to connect anything. Just the defilement of the palace in Igbo land by the Nigerian army. Why is it that our people don't take their battles in the normal time? Why is it that our people are always ignorant to stand up at the when things happen. Even as IPOB is here putting touch for you, even when they do not, their mind do not reach there, we still connect them to that, but they will ignore it, claiming that they are elders. Today, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu have been discharged. These very elders, there are good elders who are doing something, but there are people who are kicking against it. And the question now is, have any community in Igbo land or Biafra land condemned Nnamdi Kanu? The answer is no. So why is an individual or few individual now claiming that Nnamdi Kanu offended them? Because of their political career or because they hated the people of the East? That is one thing must happen among these two, because there is no offense from IPOB. We have never been in IPOB family meeting and we discuss to go and cause any violence. If we had had it, we will destroy, we will fight in IPOB. We can never be in a meeting where they discuss to go and kill Igbo people or any part of Biafra. We don't do it. As we read from the Nigerian army, they know that the only weapon they can use against IPOB is blackmail. If it didn't work, they have to create what they want to tag on IPOB. So they created insecurity. And these people are in our land, heartlessly dealing with our people with the name of Biafra, in order to turn our people against Biafra, so that our people will hate Biafra. But today, non-community protested against IPOB. They knew that these are artificial insecurity created by the government. And after all these things, after all this creation of insecurity by the government, after this launching of security exercises by the governor of Imo State, differently, not less than 8 times, Hope Uzodinma launched a security exercise, right, in Imo. After the launching of Ebubago, after all these things, and tagging all this crime on IPOB, what have changed? Did you destroy IPOB? The answer is no. Now, what we are asking is, why is Mazi Nnamdi Kanu still in detention? Is it that you want to prove him wrong in your court, or you want to a court to rule on the favor of Nigeria, whereby Nigeria have not obeyed the rulings of the court that are there on the favor of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu? Because based on their constitution, not based on Biafra constitution, not based on Igbo constitution, based on Nigerian constitution, courts have found Nnamdi Kanu innocent and IPOB innocent. So what do the Nigerian state under the government of Tinubu expect to hear from the court? Is it contrary to already secured victories in the court? Do they want to hear a negative pronouncement from any judge? And do they want it to be obeyed when they have not obeyed the one that favors Nnamdi Kanu? I want to know, because we don't know what they are thinking. We don't know their thought. Is their thought that there will be a contrary pronouncement of the judge that will be accepted by the indigenous people of Biafra? Because we cannot understand why they are still hoping or trying to convince the world that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu should stand trial in court, when they themselves never believed in their own court on this particular matter. They never believe in their own court. For once, tell me one. You see, recently, even the UN that they are signatory to, UN gave them order free Nnamdi Kanu immediately, and gave them 6 months to look into our matter, which is release IPOB family members in your detention, then their referendum. Simple. What we presented is a referendum, and there is no intimidation that can change us. Nigerian state, through the army, have written 69 pages against IPOB, and these 69 pages are the 69 pages they covered, or 69 Mondays enforcement by their agent. They wrote it against IPOB, they submitted it to IEP, and they gave their Global Terrorism Index report 2022-2023, adding IPOB in the number 10 position in that list. And later, IPOB followed the due proceedings, and these people later apologized to IPOB for making mistake because they were misinformed. So what we are asking now, what do the Nigerian state want to achieve? That thing you never achieved against Nnamdi Kanu for over 3 years. Is it now that the interests of the world are here that you will achieve it? Is it now that IPOB is more, that is, more stronger than ever before, that you will achieve it? Is it now that IPOB have defeated those that you recruited and every agent you have raised, whether from the politics, any agent you raise is under our feet? They are now crying. So what we are asking now, one, what do you want to achieve? What are your aims? Why do you keep Nnamdi Kanu in detention? Why? Is it because of frustration? Because there is no way you can convince Nnamdi Kanu, and there is no way you can continue to keep him. Do you understand? So what we are taking to the politicians from the East is because they have a role to play. IPOB have never played in the have never do the will of the Nigerian state. Their will was that IPOB will fight contrary to self-determination. The intention of the Nigerian state is that IPOB will go after bank. IPOB will go after police station. IPOB will go after detention facilities. IPOB will go after army checking point. IPOB will go, no, we don't do so. That was their intention. That was what they planned for IPOB. We cannot do it. It is not in line with self-determination. From onwards, we goes to court. We don't attack detention facilities to free our own. Upon the very disobedient to court orders by the Nigerian state, not only on Mazi Kanu, but other IPOB family members. We continue on legal process. That's how we do. We never force any Biafran into our agitation. We never force people to stay at home. We fight and listen to our people. We fight in the interest of our people, and we are not violent. We have never offended our people. So what will you gain? Because you must gain one thing for our people to reject us. You must have to achieve it. For our people to reject Mazi Kanu, you have to achieve it. For the world to reject Mazi Kanu, but you did not achieve it, and you can never achieve it. And the time have expired. And what we are asking now, why must Nnamdi Kanu be here till the year end 2024? Why must he be in detention? Is it to achieve what? The ESN is intact, fighting legally, based on international and local law, which Nigerian state is ashamed to present the activities of ESN to the globe. We are holding Nigerians, we are challenging Nigerian army, Nigerian police, Nigerian government. If they say that ESN that IPOB launched is not doing right by fighting Fulani herdsmen that the government of Nigeria have compromised to and demanded that we should give them, indigenous people should give them their land or their life. If we are challenging them to present, to allow the media, allow the Nigerian media to publish the activities of ESN that are killing Fulani herdsmen cows. As IPOB publishes those videos at times, let the media carry it. Nigerian government, we want you to take the video of ESN activities in the bush, killing Fulani cows. Take it to UN. Why are you ashamed? Why do you love to replace these very good approaches of ESN with the criminality of the people you recruited? Why do you choose to report crimes that you yourself perpetrated against ESN? Is it a weapon of blackmail? That is what we are asking, because ESN can never do anything against our people. Why do you why do you organize kidnapping against our people? You target ESN. Why do you recruit people that will come inside our market and shoot? You target ESN. Why is it that you are avoiding the legitimate activities of ESN, which is confronting terrorists? That is a global fight. Global fight. And IPOB is fighting on the global standard that we are confronting terrorists that Nigerian state, who claim to be giant of Africa, compromised to. Fulani herdsmen terrorists, the fourth deadliest terrorist organization in the world, announced by IEP on in 2015, November 22, November 22, Fulani herdsmen was declared the fourth most deadliest terrorist organization. 22nd of November 2015. 2015. That is it. We memorizes it because we are in a serious battle. So free Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is the topic we are on or in because he committed no offense. And the people that are holding Nnamdi Kanu have committed several offenses against Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Yes, you did it to stop him, but you didn't succeed. Must you continue on something you cannot succeed, something you cannot achieve? Your pattern, why you succeeded 67 to 70 is because you forced war on our fathers. This time around, we are the people that raised this very topic of our freedom while you were busy selling oil. But that time, our fathers went and discussed Nigeria with you in Ghana. And you came back, you said no, you started killing us. There was no chance given to our fathers. So you forced them out of Nigeria. Then they went and answered a name, Biafra, because they cannot live without a name. You now turn around to kill the same people you pushed out of Nigeria. And when the world asks you, you said they are rebels, that they're after resources. And those countries you are lying to, that Ojukwu is after resources, you started signing our resources over to them. You told them, this is the oil he's fighting to secure. This is the oil. Oil take. The other people, they are Shell. The other people are Izong. The other people are Chevron. The other people are Ajib. The other people are Tesaco. All of them, you shared our oil to them. To prove to them that this is the oil Ojukwu is fighting to defend or to take. But this time around, we studied what happened. We studied Nigeria. We started working. We started the agitation, not you. You cannot beat us. You cannot. We planned it. We started the agitation. You did not force us into agitation. So do not think you can ask your army, do they know IPOB? The answer is no. So how can you defeat such people? The army say that IPOB are non-state actors and ordinary people, and that the community welcomes them. That is the difficulties there. Who are the community? Who welcomes IPOB? You don't welcome IPOB. IPOB is the owners of the community. So how can the community reject themselves? That is to say, you cannot stop such people. That is why Nigerian army and police is always angry, because they cannot know IPOB. What they do is to invade communities, kill innocent people, and tag them IPOB or ESN. But the IPOB and ESN that IPOB have presented, that is the IPOB member that we have presented that Nigerian army arrested or killed or are keeping in their detention, either police, DSS, they never accepted that they arrested those ones. They never. All these things is against Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. They brought Dokubo to give them that is to give them evidences they will use against Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. They formed the Bubago to get evidences on what they will use against Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. They recruited the Bubago from Yoruba land, from the north, from riverine area, different areas. And all of them came here with bad mind. They burned the houses of Igbo people. They kill our people. They kill our youth. In the interest of the Nigerian government, only to hold IPOB down. How can you succeed on a people that have control, on a people that have ideology, on a people that focus on their ideology, on a people that cannot be deceived, on a people that their intention cannot be diverted? How can you beat them? A people that voluntarily defend what they believe is their own. How many Nigerian youths can confront us? How many Nigerians are broadcasting now to defend Nigeria? How many Nigerians are on Twitter to defend Nigeria? How can you win this war? A war that is being championed by only the army, which the civilians, the citizens of Nigeria do not support you. They can only support you if IPOB pick up arm, because you tell them that IPOB is coming to kill them. But IPOB presented self-determination, which Nigerian citizens have no reason to start confronting IPOB. All they do is to hide under comment section of their newspapers to back up a publication, blackmailing publication from the Nigerian newspaper against IPOB. That is what Nigerian citizens can do. But for them to come and stand on their own, start analyzing IPOB and try to prove us wrong, they cannot do it. And whereby only the state government, only the government is fighting us, the war is over. We win you. We win you because we are the people from the east and you are the government of Nigeria. Where are the Nigerian citizens supporting you? Nobody's backing you up. Then the people that are supposed to fight us are the Nigerian citizens. And the people that are supposed to stop IPOB are citizens from the east. They will reject IPOB, reject Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, but they didn't do so. Is it the Nigerian state we know that have rejected us already, that the world is going to believe on their blackmailing? No, now the world already knew you hated us. So what we are asking now is, why must Mazi Nnamdi Kanu remain in detention till the end of the year? Why? Is it to do what? To secure victory against Nnamdi Kanu? Or is it to do what? To destroy IPOB? Is it to do what? To sentence Nnamdi Kanu? We are just asking, what did you want to achieve? Or is it to stop Biafra agitation? Because those things cannot be achieved. Is it to stop ESN? None of these things can be achieved. Is it to overrun the East? IPOB cannot not allow you. Is it to overrun our bushes and forests? You cannot achieve it. So what is your aim? What is your aim? Nobody hated IPOB. All the politicians, all those politicians that are calling for our freedom, they are more. They are even those people that hated us are too small to be compared to the people that love us. And the people that hated us, their voice are going by, at least they go in secret. It has no power. But senator will come up and say, free Nnamdi Kanu. It is more powerful than a governor who go behind and fight IPOB. A governor who go behind and say, we support you to hold him. It holds no water. British that go behind and say, we don't support Biafra. That is useless. We want the British Prime Minister to stand up and say, we don't need Biafra. Once they cannot do it, then what is the essence of the backyard they sabotage? It had no fruit. The only thing you can do, it can delay us. But whereby no governor can stand up and say, I don't want this, I don't want this. No, they can only go behind and fight IPOB, sabotage IPOB. Yes, we know that will happen. We want the person to appear in front and say, I hate you, I don't want you. Nobody can say it. Nobody is saying it. The people that said it earlier is gone. Nobody can say it. That is why even those that planned the kidnapping of Nnamdi Kanu, when governors gather to call for free Nnamdi Kanu, if some of them that are still in governor's seat, they will still appear there. And what they will write is that the governor from the east, southeast is calling for freedom of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Whether it is from your heart or not, Oga, you can never say I am not among. There is no governor that says I am not among. Even the saboteur, even the main enemy. You cannot count yourself out. Do you see a legitimate battle that IPOB have presented? You can only go behind and say, don't mind, we are just doing this because for people not to say. As far as the news have said, governors from the southeast, Oga, your sabotage is useless because you are doing it behind. This very front open presentation have destroyed whatever you are doing. So what do they want to achieve? What? Is it for IPOB to go violence? We have the right for self-defense. It is a natural law. You cannot tell me to increase my speed when I see that when I want to cross main road and the vehicle is coming with speed. I have to take self-defense. I have to run fast, either front or back. You will not tell me. It is a natural law. You are moving, you see something that come to enter your eye. You take an action immediately. Self-defense. IPOB does not announce how to defend themselves because we have the right to do so. We defend ourselves based on the situation we find ourselves in difficulty. There is no separate preparation for defense. No. We launch ESN as the right of the people, not based on freedom fighting, as the right of the people from the east, when the federal government have compromised to terrorists to overrun our land. Even when we are not agitating for Biafra, it is our right. It is the right of the governors. It is our right to launch security outfit. Because even the Biafra we are agitating for, it is not for grasses. It is for human beings. And will not allow you, because we are fighting for Biafra, we will not do something to save lives that we will give the Biafra. We cannot restore Biafra for animals only, but for human being or human being that will control the animals and replenish here, subdue here. That's why we launch ESN. ESN does not come to IPOB meetings. Now you understand. So before we round up, as we are approaching there, mind you that Mazi Nnamdi have defeated Nigerian government. The whole argument, the whole lies they presented to the world have been destroyed. The reason is that there's one thing I want to draw for Nigerians now. Don't forget that you are watching us from Biafra Television Europe. Biafra TV Europe under IPOB, led by Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. That is where we are coming to you from. So we continue. Thank you. On the case of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, let me drop this thing for them before we leave the studio. His house was attacked while on bail in 2017. Pick the point too. The bail that was granted to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, he was granted the bail on charges in that particular warrant. That is to say, his warrant was granted bail. And there are particular charges in that warrant which he was granted bail. And he was granted bail in 2017. And his house was attacked in 2017. Then, now, that particular warrant he was granted bail on, when he was kidnapped from Kenya in 2021 and brought back to Nigeria, they took Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to court in 2021. We did not see the charges in the warrant that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was granted bail on. We didn't see the charges. And there was a warrant that these charges was in which he was granted bail on. There are charges in that warrant he was granted bail on. And if you kidnap him from Kenya and want to amend the charges in the warrant, you will amend it between 2015, 2016, 2017. So that you can use that particular old warrant to try him. If you bring new charges from 2018, 2019, 2020, 2021 on a man that you are with his warrant, which you granted bail in 2017, you now amended his charges and come up with charges bordering 2018, 2019, 2020. That is to say, you are deceiving yourself because automatically that should be new warrant. That should be new warrant. But upon that, you use old warrant to try Mazi Nnamdi Kanu because you told the world he jumped bail. That bail he jumped, you said he jumped bail, which he did not jump bail because Omar have verdict, 19th of January 2022, said that he escaped military assassination attempt he did not jump bail. But you say he jumped bail. That is to say, you said he was afraid to stand the trial, to stand the charges in his, or to stand his trial, right? Okay. Was he afraid to stand a charges of 2018, 2019, or to stand charges of 2018, 2019, 2020? So because of what will happen in 2018, 2019, 2020, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu jumped bail in 2017. We are asking, so is it because of what Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will commit in 2018, 2019, 2020 that make him to jump bail in 2017? He did not jump bail, but we are asking you, Nigerian state, based on your language. You say he jumped bail, he's afraid to stand his trial. Which trial? The charges bordering 2015, 2016, 2017. That is the charges that you are supposed to present in court when you brought him from Kenya in 2021. But you abandoned these charges, which you told the world he was afraid to come and stand. And you came up with amended can charges bordering 2018, 2019, 2020, and the 2021. And we ask you, where are the charges you said he was afraid to run away from? Is it the NSAS you put in the charges as the amended can charges? Is it the non-government? Is it the attack on INF facilities? Is it the attack? We want to know, what was Nnamdi Kanu afraid to stand in the court of Nigeria that warranted him to run away or to jump bail? Why is it that you didn't present those things in court? Because from the count 3 of the 15 amended can charges, we discovered that the charges you gave to him there bordered 2018, 2019, 2020. The only charge that came from the old warrant of the 2015, 2016, 2017, he was granted there, was the transmitter, container of transmitter, 20-feet container of transmitter. That is the only thing that they brought from the old warrant and came to this new warrant, because this is a new warrant. A new warrant. You cannot charge me for an offense, and I was granted bail in 2017. You came to my house to kill me, I escaped. Now, you later kidnapped me from another country, and for you, what will you do? It is to come and try me based on the charges I was granted bail on. But when you brought me back, you started amending charges. Yes, you have the right to amend charges, but amendment of charges should be based on the period of years I was accused of. And basically, when I am being charged for, if it's in that warrant that there is a charge called defilement and the rape, or it can be maybe rape, right? Then you can come up to amend the charge and add it defilement and rape. You may say based on that age, right? So you cannot charge me for rape. And when you come to amend the charge, you will amend it to what is it called? Economic sabotage or vandalization. It is not amendment of charge. It is not in line with what you are charging me for. When you want to amend charges bordering murder, it must be on the area of manslaughter, attempted murder, what is it called? Murder. So you can amend murder, you can charge somebody for robbery and murder. Then on the process of the amendment, or your trial, as the magistrate court said that the Honorable Attorney General of the state, sorry, what did it say? He said that your case file should be transferred to DPP for further investigation. So after their investigation, through the Honorable Office of the Attorney General, right, His Lordship, after that, it may be that they discover they are supposed to amend it and remove robbery. Or, okay, they want to amend the robbery by adding murder because somebody died on the process. So you cannot come and amend murder charge. You will not amend it to manslaughter. You will not amend it to attempted murder. You will now amend it to economic sabotage. What is the business of murder charge with economic sabotage? We want to know. You amended charges you granted Nnamdi Kanu bail in 2017. You amended it with things that happened in 2018, 2019, 2020. To amend charges you granted bail in 2017, that is stupidity. And you are trying to tell me that it has something to do with the old warrant. Don't you know it is a new warrant? Why do Nigeria deceive themselves? First one was five amended charges. The second was 7 amended charges, and the third was 15 amended charges. All of them, but it's only 2015 from 2018 to 2021. From 2018 to 2021, you may Nnamdi Kanu did so thing. From 2018 to 2021, you may Nnamdi Kanu do so thing. What about the 2015, 2016, 2017 he was accused of? You hide it. And you came with a new warrant claiming that is an old warrant. The charges does not have any connection with the old warrant. It have nothing to do with it. You cannot accuse me of stealing this cup, and later, after 4 years, you amend the charge. You now say, I remove your roof. I took the roof. You bring a charge that have nothing to do with what you have been accusing me of. Is that how to amend charge? A man, you say he was afraid to stand his trial. Now, when you brought him, you took the risk and committed extraordinary rendition. And the world was waiting to see those charges. Nnamdi Kanu was afraid to stand. What we saw was NSAS. What we saw was unknown government. What we saw was what you planned with Hope Uzodinma by forcing him on the people of Imo to create unknown government. Hope Uzodinma is the originator of unknown government. Are you understanding? So this is our presentation, and thank you. What we ask for is free Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Free Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. You have no case against him. If you have case against Nnamdi Kanu, bring the old warrant. You say he jumped bail on. Bring those charges. Treason. Treason that was decided by Ademola. Treason that was decided by John So. Treason that was granted bail by Bintanyako. Why does it suddenly dismiss? It disappear in court. What we are seeing is you, Mr. Nnamdi Kanu, you incited members of the public to go and destroy transport company in Lagos. That is nonsensical nonsense. Nnamdi Kanu is now the member of the public. Mad people everywhere. Hey, you, Mr. Nnamdi Kanu, from 2018 to 2021, professed to be a member, stroke leader of a proscribed indigenous people of Biafra. That was the count 3 of the 15 amended charges. You granted a man bail in 2017. You call him IPOB leader in 2015, 2016, 2017. You granted him bail as IPOB leader. You now kidnap him from Kenya 2021. You now write a charge against him, telling him that from 2018 to 2021 that he claimed to be a member. Are you foolish? Are you stupid? Count 3 of the 15 amended charges. Is that normal? Is that normal? Somebody you granted bail as IPOB leader in 2017. You now kidnap him from Kenya 2021. You started accusing him that from 2018 to 2021, he is claiming to be a member and the leader of Iwerishimbaka. There is nothing to achieve in the continuous detention of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. There is nothing to achieve. Free Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. IPOB can never agree with any contrary judgment or the further trials. We are not interested. All we are interested is obedient to court order, and that we shall see, and that is where we stand. Thank you, Umuchineke. Thank you for being with us. Thank you for coming to Biafra Television Europe. Thank you. This very battle we will continue to maintain IPOB self-determination. Always abide under the command of IPOB. That is how we can push the enemy. And from me, fearless IPOB evangelist Mazi Maduabuchi, from here, Biafra Television Europe. It is good evening.